everyone, welcome back. So today we are going to continue the part of necrosis which we have already discussed. So in the first part we have discussed the three types of necrosis, and the rest two parts we are going to discuss in this particular video. So the first type of necrosis which we are going to deal with in this particular video is going to be our fat necrosis. Now if I tell you about fat necrosis, the name itself is telling you that this is a special type of cell death which is mainly seen in regions which are very rich in fat. Now imagine in your own body which are the areas which are very rich in fat accumulation. It can be the abdominal region, it can be the breast region. So these are usually the area which are usually rich in fat content, and these can be the site of fat necrosis very easily. Now examples for fat necrosis is fat necrosis of breast, mesenteric fat necrosis due to acute pancreatitis. Now just to make you understand that how acute pancreatitis can be a cause of fat necrosis, what exactly happens is, for example, this is any inflamed tissue, okay. So this particular is not a healthy but a inflamed tissue. Now what will happen, this inflamed tissue is going to liberate pancreatic lipase, okay. So you all know what is pancreatic lipase. Pancreatic lipase is going to be released from this inflamed tissue, and that pancreatic lipase is further going to necrose the rest of the pancreas, as well as it is going to do fat deposits in the peritoneal cavities. Now what will happen is that, as I told you, that this is the inflamed region or inflamed tissue. It is secreting the pancreatic lipase which will further go and inflame the healthy tissue with necrosis. Now this is how the acute pancreatitis is leading to the fat necrosis. If we come to the mechanism of fat necrosis, now what exactly happens is, for example, this is a healthy tissue in your body. The tissue is actually rich in fat. That means it is going to have adipocytes in it. Now you all know what is adipocytes. These are the fat rich cells. So they are very frequently and very much easily found in the fat rich areas of the body. So if there is a fat rich area in your body, that means that that area is having a lot of adipocytes. Now what happens is, during the time of fat necrosis, there is hydrolysis and rupture of these adipocytes. Now let me make you understand, like for example, this is your adipocyte, okay. Now this is a normal cell which is found in a fat rich area. But when the fat necrosis is getting started, like when any kind of injury has happened or maybe ischemia has happened in this particular area, now what will happen is that there will be rupture and hydrolysis of this adipocytes, and this adipocyte is now going to release some neutral fat, okay. Some neutral fat is being released. Some neutral fat is released which was stored inside the adipocyte. As the site has got ruptured now because of necrosis initiation, what is happening is the neutral fat came out of this. Now as the neutral fat came out of this adipocyte which ruptured, the next thing which is going to happen is that this neutral fat is going to get changed into two components. It is first going to change in glycerol, secondly it is going to get changed into free fatty acids, okay. So it's not that difficult, try to understand. I will make you understand this again. This was a fat rich area of a body which was having a lot of adipocytes. This was a healthy adipocyte. Because of inflammation and initiation of the fat necrosis, there was a rupture in the site of this adipocyte which led to the release of neutral fat in this area. This neutral fat further got converted into glycerol and the free fatty acids, okay. Now this free fatty acid will further lead to calcification. This free fatty acid is going to lead to calcification, which will finally become a calcified structure in the body, and that will be the fat necrosis or the damaged area. This is how whole necrosis, fat necrosis is taking place. This is the mechanism. Now when you are writing the answer, you are not supposed to tell this, but it's good if you tell the mechanism. Moving ahead to the gross features of fat necrosis, what are you going to see in that area? The area appears to be usually yellowish white in color, as you can see in the picture also, it is yellowish white in appearance. Formed deposit of calcium soaps can be seen in this particular area, that is calcified structures. It is going to impart chalky white appearance. Also sometimes a foci can be seen. Now what is foci? It is basically this is known as foci, okay. So this is the necrosis foci which can be seen, and it has got a chalky white appearance. Microscopically, if you look at fat necrosis, then necrosis can have fat cells which have cloudy appearance and can be surrounded by the inflammatory reactions. Now this is very easy. You know that the fat cells are usually the adipocytes, and they are found in the fat rich areas or the fat necrosis. So this is not something very new, and you also know that fat cells have always got a cloudy appearance. Now how does it look like? These are the fat cells, okay. These are the fat cells, and you see they are continuously being surrounded by some inflammatory material. This dark purple color structure is the inflammatory material, and this cloudy appearance is your fat cells. Now this was about fat necrosis. Moving to the fibrinoid necrosis. Fibrinoid necrosis is characterized by position of it's not position, it's deposition of fibrin-like material which has got staining properties. Now what happens is, for example, this is a healthy normal tissue, and because of any particular etiology there is accumulation of some fiber-like material or fibrin-like material inside it, which has got staining property, which means if I give it stain, it will very easily take up the stain. Now example is autoimmune tissue injuries. Microscopically, if we look at a fibrinoid necrosis is identified by a brightly eosinophilic hyaline-like deposit in the vessel wall. Now why do I say this to be brightly eosinophilic hyaline? Because it has got a property to take up the stain, okay. So this fibrinoid necrosis is usually seen as an highly brightly eosinophilic structure which has been deposited in the vessel wall. Now you can see here, this is what the fibrinoid necrosis looks like. So if you see in this picture, there are some fibrin-like material which can be seen in this particular site. So this was all about the fat necrosis and the fibrinoid necrosis. The earlier three parts of necrosis, that is the liquefactive caseous necrosis, is also being discussed in part 1, which is available on the channel. You can go and check that. So if this video was useful to you, share this with your friends also and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.